So while the phone policy is new this past summer, I've actually had the phone policy in my classroom for several years prior to that, and I've seen a huge increase in student participation and attention spans during class, especially in math.
Starting August 11, 2025, San Diego Unified Schools implemented a phone-free school day policy. Students must keep their phones off and out of sight during class, and to ensure they don't become a distraction, some teachers use phone pouches or boxes in their class to keep students focused and engaged in their learning.
I do believe my students have been participating a lot more. I feel like they're more engaged, they're taking notes, they're actively listening to each other as they're working, and I think the phone policy is a strong proponent of that.
I'd say that a phones-free policy is absolutely necessary in maintaining student attention and maintaining students being on task.
I've participated more because when I use my phone, I feel like I'm not on task.
I also know this personally because in my first semester here, my phone policy wasn't as effective as it was the second semester, and it definitely had a negative outcome on student learning.
Attendance is something students don't usually think about, but it has a big impact on our school. Attendance affects funding, which cascades down to other things which directly impact us as students, and we should care more about attendance.
Here at San Diego Unified, our attendance is the primary funding source. It's called the ADA, the average daily attendance, and our funding is directly tied to paying our wonderful teachers and our lovely staff. So what I can say is that absenteeism overall costed our school alone over $1 million this year. This is why we do push Saturday school so much to recover that funding, that lost revenue, and it's important for us to continue to pay for our funding.
If you're missing class a lot, obviously it's going to impact your grades. So if you wind up failing classes, especially if you wind up failing core classes, you're going to be credit deficient. So if you're not passing a math class that you need to graduate because you're constantly cutting, it's going to come back and haunt you at some point.
Our attendance rates are great. They're very close to the district goal. The district goal is 95%, and we're at 94.9, so we're really close to hitting that goal. We have about a month left before school lets out, so I'm positive that we can reach that goal.
Located in room 1004 under Mr. Wetzel, the Red Thread is a free clothing closet open to all Hoover students. It was created to provide students with everyday essentials in a welcoming and respectful environment.
What is the Red Thread and what does it provide?
So the Red Thread is a community thrift store that provides clothing, hygiene products, shoes, sometimes household products back there to students and their families free of charge.
When and where can students access the Red Thread closet?
The Red Thread is open every third period, every day, if you can get a pass. If not, Wednesdays and Fridays after school from 3:45 to 4:45.
How can students donate to the Red Thread?
So people usually drop clothing off in the front office, and then I am notified that there is clothing to be picked up.
Who currently runs the Red Thread?
So currently my transition skills class runs the Red Thread, but are really taking time this year to move towards like a Hoover-owned community-based model. This is your guys' space. It's not mine. It's not just my classes. So we really want to encourage people to come in here and start using the space. We have people just that come and hang out. We want to start sewing classes. So I really want to make it more community-based rather than just one class owned.
Students can find a variety of items including clothes, shoes, bags, belts, and hats, all available at no cost for anyone who may need them.
Last week, students and staff dressed up for Spirit Week. Some students and staff dressed up and others don't. Have we ever got their perspectives on Spirit Week? I dress up for Spirit Week because it's fun to like match with my friends. I dress up for Spirit Week because I get extra credit in Miss Brown's class.
I don't dress up for Spirit Week because mostly sometimes I just don't have outfits that will match the Spirit name.
Oh my gosh, I love dressing up.
You only get a few Spirit Weeks and then you're gone. Like senior year, it's like that.
How do you notice a school vibe shifting during Spirit Week compared to a normal academic week?
You know, I think it depends on the time of year of each of the Spirit Weeks, and it's an opportunity for students and staff to take a breath, keep perspective, where it needs to be, and just to have some fun.
What do you think of when you see your teacher all dressed up for Spirit Week? I think it's funny, and I think they're kind of cute because I don't know, it's just nice to see them participating.
It's an opportunity for us to share the spirit, the silliness, the laughter of the whole thing.
I think they're so cute. They're still in the tradition with us.
I think it's so fun when we dress up and then have an opportunity to take pictures together and then send them to ASB.
I think it's very fun, and I feel like it's just really cool to see my teacher dressed up and be on theme.
It helps to connect us as human beings, and we're enjoying things together, and that's an important part of being a human being.
On Thursday, April 30th, intelligent students will be acknowledged by their teachers at the Hoover Performance Arts Center, PAC. The ceremony will be at 5, and many students will be given an award for their greatness. This award will help them a lot with college applications, resumes, scholarships. It will also show their parents how great their kids are doing. The students will walk across the stage while the teachers give them their certificates and a button. Many students got different awards for different classes. For example, math, English, and a bunch of electives. While the ceremony was going on, there would be raffle prizes like gift cards and scratches, Target gift cards, and for food.
The class that I got selected for the award was Mr. Britton, and he teaches English. It feels pretty good because Mr. Britton is one of my favorite teachers that I've had this semester, so it's pretty good. I don't think it'll help me with my future because in the future I want to pursue something in either technology or science, so no.
Class that selected me to get an award was math. I'm pretty happy. It was unexpected, but I'm really grateful that I got chosen. Yeah, I think it will help me get into the college that I picked to go to after.
Approximately 6.8 million people in the U.S. donate blood. Annually, this adds up to 13.6 million units of whole blood. All the blood received go towards patients that are in need of surgery, patients that have cancer, and people that have lost blood from traumatic injuries. For cancer patients, blood transfusions can act as a resource to implement platelets back into their body after heavy treatments such as chemo and radiation therapy. On Friday, May 8th, Hoover is hosting a blood drive in the back quad from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. This is your chance to donate blood to someone that is in need of it. You can scan the QR code or book an appointment at sandiegobloodbank.org/donate. People who donate blood must be at least 17 years old, weigh at least 110 pounds, be free of cold or flu-like symptoms, and have a photo ID with a birth date.
Get ready, Cardinals, it's that time of the year. Prom 2026 is finally here. May 1st is the night to get your glow, so get your tickets and prepare to show. And a shout out to our favorite pairs with the promposal that's beyond compare.
My promposal was a strawberry bouquet with a strawberry themed poster, and I just wrote that strawberries and chocolate go together, so I think that me and her should go together at prom. And how did I come up with it? I just got inspo from TikTok.
I kind of did expect them to ask me to prom simply because coming up to the day, it was more of a date at first, but then he told me I can't wait for you to see what we're going to do. So I was like, okay, I think something's coming up.
Did you say yes or no?
I said no. I'm just kidding. I said yes, of course, obviously.
How did you ask your date?
So I asked her we went to Point Loma and we walked around a little bit. I had her friend help me, so her friend and some of my homies too, so they pulled up and they set up the truck while me and her were just walking around. And then eventually when we were coming back, well, she saw like the poster and the roses, and I made the roses myself. I thought that it would be more meaningful for her too, you know, especially since I made them myself and I put it together on myself. So yeah.
I wasn't expecting it at first, but then like later on throughout like that last week, his friend came up to me and my friend and he was like, "Oh, did he give you the poster?" And I was like, "What poster?" So I didn't expect it until like the last 3 days. Of course, I said yes.
We went behind the scenes to interview the team about their off-season goals. Let's check in with the players of Hoover girls flag football.
I play inside slot. I like playing inside slot because I'm very involved in the action. It's a position where you have to watch the defense and be on your toes and make sure no one passes it because you're like right in the front. And I just like the adrenaline that it gives me.
How do you feel your off-season training has improved since your last season?
I think it's improved, like not only from like my reaction, but from the way I handle things. Last season, like I feel like I didn't have a right mentality, and this season I feel like I came back with a better mentality and preparing for the next season.
I play safety, and I enjoy playing safety because I get to get all the balls up in the air, and it's fun. Teamwork means to me team, effort, aggression, and mindset.
If you're interested in joining boys basketball, off-season workouts have officially started. Workouts are on Monday, Wednesday, and on Sunday. They work on ball handling, footwork, getting in shape, and getting stronger. Practice time on Wednesday is after school between 5 and 7. On Monday, practice would be in the morning at 7 before school starts, and Sunday is at 5 in the evening. During the summer, a summer league is starting where they would play other schools. The main goal is to get ready to compete with the good teams. What are some goals for next season?
To come back bigger, stronger, faster, with a lot to prove.
And what would you tell others that want to come to off-season workouts?
Get in touch with me. Get in touch with me and get going. Let's go.
If you're interested in joining boys basketball, you can find Coach Derek and ask him more about it.
Hoover Symphonic Band and Jazz are going to Glendale, California, May 9th, this Saturday, for a competition. As a bonus, they get to go to Universal Studios in Hollywood.
Probably the most challenging part of this as a teacher is just getting the music ready, because I felt like this year I handed out probably one of the most challenging sets of concert music that I've ever done for a competition. So we're playing a grade 3 and a grade 4 lyrical and technical piece. Probably the most challenging music I've ever taken to a competition. So the concert band, the symphonic band, has been really grinding this out to get it ready for this competition. Say not to mention the jazz band is playing Hunting Wabbits by Gordon Goodwin, which is a grade, you could argue grade 5. It's a college level jazz ensemble piece. And so we've been really hammering this stuff in rehearsal. And it's been really challenging to get going, but the students are doing an incredible job of making sure that we're ready for this. And on the other side, there's a lot of administrative things and behind the scenes logistics things that a lot of the students probably don't see very much, but making sure that everything is paid up, the bus is ready, and all the stuff to make sure that the behind the scenes of the trip are successful as well.
What schools are you guys competing against, and how much hours of part-time do the students get?
It's a great question. I don't know the exact schools off the top of my head. There are no San Diego Unified schools at this competition because we're going all the way up to Glendale, California, which is near Hollywood. But there are symphonic band is going to be up against probably 6 to 8 schools, other high school symphonic bands. Jazz band is up against one other jazz ensemble. And so the students, the way that the whole timeline will work is we'll get up super early and drive up there. It's about a 2.5 hour, 3 hour drive, depending on traffic. Symphonic band will perform. Jazz ensemble will perform, and then we'll go to the park probably around noon. And then from noon to 9:30, we're going to be in the park, and then over at City Walk for an awards ceremony. So it'll be it's a full packed day of stuff for sure.
Okay. What was the most frustrating piece to fully get under your fingers and be confident in your skills?
The most frustrating piece for me has to be Hunting Wabbits by Gordon Gilroy,
And the reason is because there's a trombone solo, and it's really fast, and it's just very difficult for me to get the slide positions and everything.
For me, it's Midway March because of the 12/8 time signature. I could not understand it.
I'd say Havana Nights because it has full of 16 notes, and as a guitar player, that's kind of a bit hard, depending on the tempo as well.
For me, the most frustrating piece was most likely Havana Nights because since I'm a percussionist, I have to control the rhythm and the tempo, and it's just a really struggle having to keep everyone together, sometimes either being too slow or either being too fast.
My favorite piece has to be Tang from the anime Cowboy Bebop, and it's just a fun piece to vibe with. Yeah.
Mine's Havana Nights because of how it sounds, how just fast-paced places the song, and it's slow-paced at the same time. That's my favorite.
I think my favorite piece is Jovian Farewell because the vibe of the song is very flowy and it has a deep meaning to it.
My favorite non-competitive piece was most likely Great Locomotive. It was just a fun piece to play, and it just had a lot of excitement and energy. I just really liked playing that piece.
That's tough. I think for symphonic band, my favorite piece that we're playing is a piece called Jovian Farewell. Is a piece composed in honor of a music educator who passed away a few years ago, and it quotes a piece by Gustav Holst called Jupiter, or it's Jupiter from the Planets. It's the chorale from Jupiter from the Planets, and it has a very, very powerful slow section that is that sort of melody, and it is just so powerful. And the band is playing it really, really well. We still got some things to clean up in it, I think, but that's probably my favorite symphonic band piece that we're playing. And then jazz ensemble's playing, I kind of already mentioned it, Hunting Rabbits by Gordon Goodwin.
What was the most challenging aspect of getting the ensemble competition ready?
Ooh, that's a great question. The persistence of it, I mean, I've sent, sorry, hang on, we can time out. The dove is making noise now. I gotta make sure that I went to the record to show that I ID'd it before I got the confirmation. I saw it and I got it. Birds.
Were you there at the pep rally on Friday? If you were, you're definitely seeing this performance. But have you ever wondered what it takes to reach the big moment?
What it takes to become a dancer is that you have to have confidence, energy, and the skills, like discipline. That's all we need for you to become a dancer. It takes effort, time, dedication to become a dancer.
Are you nervous performing in front of a huge crowd?
No, not really, because I've performed in a huge crowd before, so I'm not that nervous. No, I wouldn't say I'm nervous because I'm already used to it because I was in dance classes and we had a dance PE over here at Hoover, so I got used to it because we also performed at prep rally in my freshman year. So I used to be nervous, but right now I'm confident, so I'm not nervous no more, and I'm ready for the performance.
During Chinese New Year, you may see acrobatic and synchronized lions, or some may call them dragons. Today, my lion dance team has a show at Panda Fest in downtown.
Once there was like an evil creature called the Nian that terrorized a small village in China, and the emperor basically dreamt of a creature that scared it off. And however, nobody knew what it was. They assumed that would be a lion in his picture, so in his dream, I mean. So basically, later on, the emperor had his subjects create a costume based off of what he saw in his dream that scared off the lion.
I've been in the team for Legendary Lion Dance Association for like 3 years now, and as a head player, it takes a lot of like workout, like especially with legs. So the lion head is basically made out of bamboo and with paper mache with glue on it. So it's kind of heavy at the start when you first start using it, but inside there's gonna be consist of a string to pull on the eyes and the ears to mimic as a live lion, and the mouth is just there's gonna be like 2 holes for the hands to either close and open. So it's kind of that's pretty much simple.
After practice, we will usually have shows. Today, the team is going to perform at Panda Fest. Before Panda Fest, we will usually get our equipment at the Vietnamese Federation of San Diego. To collect the red pockets, you would need to grab them through the mouth, which has very limited view. After show, the team would most likely treat you to eat after a long day of line dancing. To be good at anything, you would need practice. Recently, the San Diego Legendary Line Dance Association has opened practice sessions for people willing to join to learn musical skills, explore the culture, and earn free community service hours.